You spoke, of course, fantastic career, right? From engineering and then kind of serendipitously falling into content, working as freelancers, figuring out multiple things, joining a company, the company going belly up, and then eventually starting up on your own content agency. One thing, of course, is like content is also very kind of industry and kind of region specific, because it's like the kind of content which you can write for, let's say, Indian fintech companies or Indian SaaS companies versus kind of content which you have to write for US fintech companies, kind of content you have to write for EU fintech companies or even EU similar SaaS companies and all could vary across the board. How do you is there frameworks which you can adapt across all this thing, or is it something like totally unique for each and everything?
To be honest, I think content is something that is popular in the States and maybe the EU to a certain extent. I don't know of any Indian companies or even companies in Asia, Singapore or Hong Kong that actually use content to drive leads. So in that sense, I think content marketing is actually a very small world. Even if you look at the best, most well-known content marketers, I don't think it's a coincidence that all of them have some sort of American connection. It's so in that sense there's not much diversity, I would say, in terms of writing style, but it does pose a challenge if you're not exposed to that particular culture, I would say. The way an American audience expects to be sold to or marketed to is very different from other cultures, right? So yeah, I think that is a bit of a learning curve in terms of becoming a content marketer, just understanding what your audience wants, what that audience wants rather, and tailoring your language to that and strategies to that.